Hello, everybody. I know you just heard from me a couple of weeks ago, but already time for another update. All good here in Mongolia, except it's already winter. It's already gotten cold. We've had snow this week, and tonight it's going to get down to -4 Fahrenheit. So I don't know, something like -20, -22 Celsius, or something around those lines. So yeah, it's already starting over here. So I hope you guys are still able to enjoy some fall where you're at. But here it's definitely already winter, walking around on icy streets and things. But other than that, production is going great, and we're finally at a point where I'm ready to lock the orders on Backerkit and also charge cards for any add-ons that were made. If you haven't made any add-ons on Backerkit, you were already charged for Kickstarter, so nothing's going to be charged again. You've already paid. But if you did add anything extra on, the charges for that are going to come in a week after I send this out. So today is, what is the date today? The 17th, Friday the 17th. So on Friday the 24th, I'll lock orders and then charge cards. So final warning, if you want to get in there and make any changes. Don't worry too much yet about if you need to change your address, or maybe you're going to have to a few months down the line before we do the final shipping, which I'm still hoping is going to be somewhere around February or so. I'll send out another update. Well, I'll have a few updates before then, but I'll send out another notice to lock addresses, final shipping addresses. So if you need to make any changes to your address, you can wait and do it at that time. But yeah, final warnings. So Backerkit locking next Friday, and that's also when we're going to be charging cards. But why we're kind of at that point is we have all of our fiber. So since I last posted an update, we got our sheepwool and we got our baby cashmere. And although we don't have all of the colors completely dyed yet, I'm still quite confident that everything's going to turn out as planned. Although at this point, we're still waiting for the Midnight Ash, so the dark gray cashmere, and also the Midnight Navy yak wool. But those are going to get done. They should be done in the next couple of days. But I already had everything kind of planned for the middle of October to lock and charge cards. So kind of going to stick to that. But other than that, the baby cashmere. Got that. I'll kind of put some pictures up here because it's already getting spun into yarn. It's already gone through the carding process and waiting to get plied. And it is soft. I don't know exactly how much softer it's going to be. It's like, because right now I just have fiber to compare. So this is it, and it's quite incredible. I have some of the sage. I guess I can tell a little bit in the softness. And then I also have some of the oxblood. And I think the dark brown, or the dark gray, warm gray cashmere, this natural color tends to be the most supple out of all of them. And so I don't know if I tell a huge amount of difference between these two, but it's definitely there. I'm really curious to see what happens whenever it's in yarn. And talking to the engineers, I mean, it definitely is softer, but as expected, the staple length is a little bit shorter as well, especially compared to the regular female cashmere that we usually get. So I do expect it to be, in general, a bit more delicate, but also definitely the softest. So when this finally gets made into yarn and get to play around with a bit, I'm really excited about it. So very happy with the cashmere and how everything turned out. I was ran into a little bit of a problem whenever we first got the sheep wool. Last year we had some issues with there still being these white guard hairs mixed in with the sheep wool. And whenever it's just white, it's hard to tell. And it doesn't really take away from the softness at all. But after it dyed, the guard hair didn't take the dye like the regular, I guess, down fiber, the down wool did. So in the final products, you could see the guard hair a little bit in the yarn, which I wasn't particularly happy with and wanted to rectify that this year. It was the first time that we had problems with that last season. So this year, it was actually the day after I had posted the previous update. the sheep wool was delivered along with the baby cashmere. And I looked quite closely, and it's had these white guard hairs still inside of it. So I was a bit worried, and knew that we had to kind of do some further processing to get it cleaned up and hopefully get the guard hairs removed. And I wasn't completely sure at the time. I don't know if it had to do with the breed, maybe of the sheep wool, or if it had to do with the previous processing. I don't know if there were differences. But we made the decision to send the sheep wool to the same dehairers that do our yak wool and our camel wool. I was a little bit worried. I was maybe 50-50 about if it would work or not. And what ended up happening is it was around 350 kilograms of sheep wool that went in for further dehairing. And we lost about 60 kilograms going through the further processing. So that's not great. But on the other hand, we did remove all of those longer and a bit more coarse guard hairs. And it was a little bit difficult for me to tell just with the white. And it really didn't show up last year until after it was dyed. But yesterday, I went to the dye factory where they were just finishing the lilac mist. And so this is, it's a cashmere blend. So there was the cashmere, and then this is just out of the sheep wool. And playing with this, there's no guard hairs in the dye. So very relieved, very happy, and it's an incredible fiber. It's super soft. It's lovely. It's really nice. I'm very happy with how it came out, and really with how all of the fiber came out this year. All of the processing, all of the sourcing is incredible. And we got some new stuff to play with the baby cashmere and the cashmere blends. So a lot of interesting things to see what happens there. Other than that, as far as production goes, when I was at the dye facility, have a quick video of the autumn teal sheep wool getting dyed. And also, I didn't realize it until we were actually at the dye factory, but the autumn teal is a blend of two different blues or two different colors, and then they're mixed together. So there's also, after everything gets dyed in the big vats, it goes into an oven for drying. And so I looked at it, I was like, this color I don't think this is right, it looks off. And then it explained to me that, well, the color that they're dyeing in the vats right now, after that gets dried, those will get mixed together back at the factory before spinning. So it's always cool to see that stuff coming together. And then after we get the midnight ash and the midnight navy dyed up, we'll be done with dyeing for this year. At the factory, there's a lot that's already gotten done. Everything that hasn't been dyed, and well, this just got back yesterday, is already through the first stages of the spinning. The platinum gray yak is actually already plied up. And so here's a picture of how one of the cones is going to look. So the fingering is already done and plied up, and they're going to be skeening those, starting that. And then soon it'll get into the other weights, the other colors, and we're going to have a lot of yarn to play with over here soon. Also, at the dye factory, I picked up all of the black dye that we're going to be using for the hand-dyed black this year. So there will be a lot of videos, a lot of content showing that dyeing process. It's going to be a few hundred skeins. I think around 300 or 400 skeins, if I recall correctly. I have the math and had to do it to get the correct numbers of dye, but that'll be fun to watch. I'll probably be posting quite a bit on social media, so if you're interested in seeing more of that, and also I've been doing a lot of knitting lately and crafting items and experimenting with dyeing. Practicing, well, partly for all of the hand dyeing, but just in general to make some cool products. But if you're interested in seeing that and more crafting projects once the yarn comes out, consider following along on Instagram. I'll have a link to the social media profiles at the bottom of the update. But I think that's about it. As far as the next update, it'll probably be in about a month or a month and a half, whenever we really have a lot of the yarn out of production and things to show. And hopefully I'll even have some swatching done and maybe even some products made to really put the yarn through its paces. and see how everything is going this year. But I'm really excited about all the different colors, the different fibers. It's going to be great. But as always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave a message and I'll get back to you. Thanks, guys.